Hi, this is own ABBAS HUSSAIN from Behind the Gloves, and I'm here with Conor Benn. Conor, we're here at the press conference for the undercard of Joshua Brazil. You're going to be featuring on that in your third pro fight. Talk to me about the whole situation with you. You've had 20 amateur fights roughly. You've become professional, signed with Matchroom. How's everything gone? Everything's happened so quick for you.
It's all happened very quick, you know. It's been life-changing. It takes people 10 to 20 years to have this transaction period. Really, with me, it's just happened in the snap of a finger. So it's all just come really quick. I've embraced it all, accepted my life will never ever be the same ever again, and you know, just really enjoy it because it's a really short career.
Listen, what were you doing before boxing? Before you got into the whole game, what were you up to?
I was just living normal, going to stupid little house parties, you know, trying to pull birds, and that was my priority. And then I come back to the UK, and I didn't know I was going to be any good at boxing. I didn't know I was going to be any good. I thought I was going to be just amateur for 3-4 more years, but I've turned pro within the first year of me being back in the UK.
How much of that was the doing of your father? You know, advice from your father? Was he the major influence?
He's the one who said stay amateur for 3-4 more years.
Okay.
I was the one who said no, Dad. I feel this is right. I feel I need to turn pro. And I went. The only reason I said to my dad, "Look, I think I should turn pro," was I went to Tony Sims' gym and I sparred someone who was really good. Yeah. And I put him down in first round, and it was by accident. Okay. It wasn't me. I've never put anyone down in sparring before, so I'm thinking. By
accident, right?
Yeah, it was by accident. Like, I've never put someone down in sparring before, and I thought, you know what? If I've just done that to him, I must be okay. I'm like, I must be alright then. Like, come on. And then that was it. That was the reason for me turning pro.
Listen, like you said, your sort of career just jumped up crazily because you're on the second anti-Joshua bill, and you know the sort of bills, how crazy they are. You know, the sold out O2. You've got a great undercard there. You know, how much is this pushing for you to be in that situation? I
think I've just got to embrace it, mate. It can all get to you, and the pressure can crush you. But you know, you've got to learn to really deal with it. And they wouldn't. Eddie Hearn, my trainer, they wouldn't put me on this platform if they didn't think I could handle it. Sometimes I feel like, oh mate, what am I doing? It gets hard, really hard. And then you know what, I think, nah, I must be doing it. I must be doing okay.
That's the thing. How's training gone for you? Because going from amateur to professional, sort of the training increases as well, right?
I just love fighting, and the amateurs don't give me like enough. It's more move, run, you know, more technical, and I was never really technical. It's only now that I'm really starting to learn how good I am at being technical. You know, in the gym behind closed doors, I'm sparring people and boxing their heads off. But what you do in front of 20,000 people at the O2 when everyone's shouting your name is completely different from what you do when it's just you, your trainer, and a sparring partner in the gym.
Of course.
You know?
What's you know, you signed with Matchroom quite recently. What's the sort of aim for you? Because you only had 20 amateur fights. Is it just a couple of fights? You know, a number of fights a year.
8 fights a year.
Is that the aim?
Yeah, 8 fights a year, fight as regularly as I can. It's more my trainer. If my trainer says, "Look, I want you to have 2-3 months off and just get back to the drawing board in the gym," then I'll do that. My life's in their hands. I don't know a clue about boxing.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know nothing apart from my dad being a living legend, Nigel Benn. I don't know nothing, you know. And I'm a baby in sport in an age, so I've just got to be all ears and soak it all in like a sponge.
So apart from your father, who else did you used to watch when you were younger for boxing? Did you have an interest in boxing? Because some people don't generally have an interest in boxing but become boxers.
I wasn't interested. I wasn't really interested. I got in a fight once, and really the adrenaline was just insane, and I loved it. And I left. I come back to England for 3 months, started mucking about doing boxing at 15. Then I moved to Sydney, and that was really where I started my career.
But do you watch boxing now? Are you up to date?
I watch it now.
Yeah, are you more up to date with it? So.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Don't test me.
No, I'm not gonna. It's not the case though, because there's other fighters.
I study old fighters.
Yeah.
I study old fighters. I study old fighters who are just absolute warriors, like Barrera. You know, you got De La Hoya, who I really liked. Whose fight do I like today? I like Erislandy Lara, Canelo Alvarez. I think they're absolute quality. Yeah. Quality, mate. Canelo Alvarez is an absolute animal.
Yes. Yeah. Alright, so what can sort of fight fans expect now in the next 12 months? What can they expect from Conor Benn? Because there's a lot of attention on you as well.
Yeah, there is a lot of attention, and it's hard. People think, oh, he's just living it up, and nah, it's hard. The pressure is insane. I'd rather, you know, sometimes I think I'd rather be fighting a York Hall with nothing and not having the pressure. But then, you know, you got to learn to be grateful and appreciate that. Because millions of other people would love to be in the position I'm in.
Yeah.
But what they can expect is a transitional phase where I might be boxing now and trying my hardest to stick to the wall of boxing. But then one day it's like a milkshake. You throw the vanilla in, you throw the milk in, you throw the ice in, and you blend it all in together, and it all starts coming in.
Yeah,
so far I'm vanilla.
All right, so you're stage one. Yeah,
I'm a stage one vanilla. I can fight. Right, then we're gonna fry in the milk, and then we'll, you know, blend it all in, and then when we finish off with the ice and the cherry on top.
That sounds like a good. That sounds like a good milkshake, actually.
It does to it. A bit of banana in there and all. Yeah.
What sort of things do you sacrifice? You know, you've been in training camp.
My family, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family's all in Sydney, aren't they?
Okay.
You know, I miss them to bits. You know, there's nothing worse than going home to an empty flat on your own.
Of course.
It's nothing worse. And you know, I've been spoiled in a family. As a family, I'm very spoiled. I was shown a lot of love, care, support, and anything I've done. And now it's just gone. Do you know what I mean? You're waking up on your own, you're doing your own washing, cleaning, ironing, this, that, and it just gets a bit boring, really.
How often are you going back to Sydney? How often?
Maybe twice a year, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a long flight. And I don't like flying cattle market, squashed up next to someone for 24 hours.
What sort of foods do you like? You know, you've got to sacrifice foods as well.
Mate, I love food. Listen,
what sort of food
don't even get me started on food.
Yeah.
My Jamaican food, my yam, my plantain, my rice and beans, my curry goat. Oh, mate, my Guinness punch. I love it all. I love it all. And you know what? If I went a fire, I'd be about 15 odd stone, mate.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Conor, just the last message for your fight fans, and where can they follow you on sort of social media?
Follow me on Instagram, Conor.Ben, or my Twitter @ConorNigel, CONORNIGEL, and you know, just follow my career. It's going to be an amazing journey, and I can't wait to share it all with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for talking to Behind the Gloves.
So make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.